Hello fellow WordPress developers, it's time for another quick WordPress hint and tip here. And have you ever seen this screen when you have visited your WordPress website front end? I probably think you have, we all have. It says error establishing database connection, and this is the error message that WordPress delivers to your browser when the database connection details that you've added to your config file no longer work for whatever reason. So basically WordPress cannot connect to your database. And we get this rather bland looking error establishing database connection message. It's not very helpful to your site users that are visiting the site. It isn't very helpful for you as a website owner because unless you're the one visiting this page, you don't actually get to know about this. So I think we can make this a little bit better. So here's how I have managed to do that. So, oops, wrong one. Let's go back to that. There we go. So this is taking advantage of something in WordPress called drop-ins, which are files that you can drop in specific places, and they are used instead of the default files in WordPress. And this one is the db-error.php file, which you can place in your WP content folder. So I'll talk you through this code in a second, but I'm just going to save this with that file name. That's db-error.php, and we put it in the content folder, just in the root, and we save that in there. So let's quickly talk through what this is doing. So first of all, we're setting the status of the page not to be an internal server error, but to be a temporary unavailable error, which basically means just go away, come back in a bit, and we've said to retry after an hour, which is 3,600 seconds. What I'm then doing on line 9 is sending an email to the owner of the website. You'd put their email address in where I've got email@example.com here. The email subject has got database error, and it says there's a problem with the database connection, and you stick the name of the website on here. And then it gives them a notification that there's a problem. Go and fix this problem. Your website is down, rather than just leaving it to chance that you might come across that page. Now, granted, that would send you an email every time someone lands on the page. That's probably not the best solution, but if you've got some comments as to how I could improve that, let me know. And then the bit at the bottom here is just a HTML file, and you could put whatever you want in here. You can use PHP because we're running a PHP file. What you can't use in here is WordPress functions because WordPress hasn't loaded yet. WordPress has failed to load because we can't connect to the database. So you can't use WordPress functions, but you can use PHP functions, hence these header functions and the mail function up here. So I've just set a title of service unavailable. I've set some style rules here, really simple, and then I've just created a simple page with the title site cannot be displayed at the moment, and then a paragraph saying currently experiencing some technical difficulties. Come back soon. And then in a comment here, a HTML comment, I've just put error establishing connection to a database, which basically tells someone if they're looking at the page source what the actual problem is. So as you can see, I've saved that as my drop-in, and if I flip back to my browser and then refresh, you can see I get a nice looking screen. Granted, you could do an awful lot more in terms of styling with this, but it's nice to do. You get your 503 error message here, and you'll get an email being sent to that particular email address. So hopefully that's just a little tip to improve the database error message on your WordPress website. Let me know what you think. If you like what you've seen, hit the like button, and if you want to watch more of me rambling about WordPress hints, tips and tricks, then please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.